At this point, when we're only 35 days away from the demo day, having to go back to the drawing board for the technology side as well as the business side leaves us with a lot of sleepless nights. Starting this week, we started playing around. We started building the actual prototype. The 3D printing lab upstairs was pretty handy. It did work with some discrepancies here and there, which are quite expected with a very primitive prototype. On the software front, we're also testing out this new idea, the new approach, wherein we don't dictate users what to do. Users can start adding ingredients as they want, and they can actually talk to the app. The ability to talk to the pan and talk to the app, it becomes really natural.
So this week, for the first time, we actually showed a demo and we interviewed with WCNY and we showed the product in action, and it was really exciting. We are making more changes. We are making the product more user-friendly, and I'm really looking forward to that. We will be able to roll out some changes by next week.
This week we saw challenges in the development. With automation, we're picking up a lot of noise from the models, and that's throwing a wrench into the last steps of the automation and defining which facets are true and which facets are the noise. We got an idea from one of the mentors for a calibration target that will help reduce the amount of noise we see in the models. Today I was working on drilling out some targets that are lacrosse balls of bright colors that you wouldn't see in nature. When the pilot gets there and places the calibration target in front of the house and flies the drone will be able to pick up those colors, and it'll see it within the range of what it's videoing for the house. And from there, we'll detect that pattern, determine the measurement of that calibration target, and scale the model accordingly.
Over the past week, the amount of email signups and people requesting early access has doubled. We launched in 4 days. We'll be launching to Montana and New Mexico. We want to wait a little bit on South Carolina because, that's the biggest of the 3 states. So we want to spend a few days in those first 2 states, see how everything goes, make sure that there aren't any major issues, and then roll out to South Carolina.
So we're going to be launching with just instant transactions right now, and we're going to try and get the, deposit system working within the first week. Because, I don't know, we would rather launch on time and then add features than launch late. We wanted to be done with 30 days until demo day, because we think it's important to generate some sort of a user base and revenue before we go in front of investors.
The most impactful moment this week was when we got our first response from a college administrator, and they used words like innovative and forward-thinking and really cool. And so for us, going through just a warm referral into that and just kind of presenting it in a white paper without actually getting in front of someone and kind of pitching it with our personality, it was really important to see that. And so we're hoping that gets mirrored through the next 100 schools that we go and talk to. This week we launched our YouTube series that we named EGF Struggles, where the whole staff just kind of plays through some video game that you may or may not have ever heard of. Sometimes it's really fun, sometimes it's really weird, it's always really frustrating. So we haven't gone viral or anything, but it's kind of one of those things that we see as when you think of our company, you can go find us somewhere and you'll be able to literally see everybody.
Space.
Oh wait, you grow seeds.
What's happening?
You're growing a seed.
Hey, you're at 9 now.
I think you have nine seeds.
Does that mean? Oh my god.
You might want to get out of there.
Week 7 started off rough. Started off with a bunch of issues in our analytics and needed to get all that set up because we actually planned on releasing a new build Sunday night, but because we ran into some issues with that, there was no reason to release it if we can't track what's going on in our app. All that needs to always be functioning perfectly, because that's how we figure out where we're going, is we always do it based on the data. We have had a lot of progress in the Android development, so it's looking great. I think we're gonna have the new build released today. It's looking good, functioning well. Our development team on that is doing a really great job of keeping up with iOS.
Week 7 was pretty good. It entailed the July 4th weekend, which meant that we had 2 YouTube video features. Our library right now has 58 emojis. We found out that the bottom 28 account for only 20% of our usage. So the top 30 account for 80%. So we're just cutting out 28 of our emojis and we're keeping it concise. We're adding 7 new ones, and they've tested really well. And we're starting to really see the true power of data.